core Java.
Oh.
So it is a OOP programming language, that is object-oriented programming language. So we have various programming languages like C, C++, Java, C#, and so on. C is a structured programming language, which you are aware of basic things. And here Java is an object-oriented programming language where the objects are the real-life entities. For example, the things which we see around, your laptop, the USB device, your mobile phone, all these are objects. Even the fan that is rotating in my room, the AC, the room itself are treated as objects. So the Java programming language is based upon such real-life entities. When a programming language is based upon real-life entities, then making a software using that kind of programming language would really suit the real-life applications and real-life scenarios. So that is why this is also one of the reasons why Java is popular. It is an object-oriented programming language, and it is platform independent. So platform independent in the sense, you can write a Java program in a platform like Windows, then you can compile the same program in the Windows environment, and the code whatever is generated after compilation can be ported to some other platforms like Linux, Solaris, Unix, or any kind of platform where you can directly execute that program. So Java is platform independent also. And this is the other reason why Java is popular. Likewise, it is open source product. So it can be freely downloadable. You don't need to pay for the license if you use Java. So this is the third reason why Java is popular. And these three things, that is an object-oriented programming language, and it is a platform independent, and it is an open source product. So these three will say what actually Java is. So it is a programming language and it is an object-oriented programming language. So now we will be looking into where Java is seen. So to get into the answer for this, where Java is seen, let me introduce the three technologies that are present in Java. One is J2SE, which is known as Java 2 Standard Edition. Likewise, J2EE, Java 2 Enterprise Edition. And the third one, J2ME, that is known as Java 2 Micro Edition or Mobile Edition, both means the same. Here, Java Standard Edition. So the Java Standard Edition is used to make standalone applications or desktop applications. For example, the notepad which I am writing and the calculator program in our Windows environment. So these are the examples for standalone applications. You can make standalone applications using J2SE. Here 2 is the version number. Likewise, J2EE. So with the help of J2EE, we can develop web applications. Likewise, big enterprise applications. So here, when you get into web applications, the websites which you see, so Gmail, Yahoo Mail, and the bank website are the examples for web applications. Likewise, enterprise applications, so which has a huge complex logic in it, like the applications that use the SAP environment Oracle apps environment to work with. So huge organizations, maybe like IBM, in India, the Reliance organization, to perform its business all over the world can use this kind of enterprise applications which contains huge modules and huge complex logic. So with the help of J2EE, that is Java 2 Enterprise Edition, we can develop such a huge complex applications. Then J2ME, that is J2ME Micro Edition or Mobile Edition. So the name itself says you can develop mobile applications using this kind of technology. So this is where you see Java, that is in developing the desktop applications, web applications, then mobile applications. As I told you, this 2 stands for version. So this J2SE nowadays is known as JSC simply. They have removed the version 2 from that and named it as JSC. Likewise, J2EE is also known as JE, and J2ME is also known as JME, Java Micro Edition. Now, so we have seen where the Java is seen. My next question is how Java was evolved. So we will be answering this question. So to answer this question, let me take you to a timeline, that is 1990s. So in 1990s, Sun Microsystems. So it is an organization, and this organization, a company, launched a project. So the project name was Green Project. And this Green Project was handled by a person known as James Gosling. So he was the leader of that particular project, and the project intention or the objective of this project, is to develop a programming language with which we can add intelligence to electronic devices. So here, adding intelligence to electronic devices was their intention. So here, let me explain you how to add this intelligence to electronic devices. So electronic devices, for example, the televisions which we see in our home, so the refrigerators, washing machines, and so on, electronic devices. So the Green Project intention was to create a new programming language, that is to develop a new programming language. So new programming language. So you know well that with the help of the programming languages we can develop softwares. So with this new programming language, they thought of writing softwares that would add intelligence to electronic devices. So let me explain you how to add the intelligence to electronic devices. As I gave you some examples for electronic devices like televisions, washing machines, and so on, let me consider that televisions. So the televisions which were launched in the beginning days were displayed black and white colors, and there were very limited channels we can see with those televisions. So to move from one channel to another channel, there was a knob present on the television. I don't know whether you have seen such a televisions or not. With the help of knob, you can rotate that knob and you can move from one channel to another channel. There were very few channels which you can count on fingers, around 2 channels or 4 channels during those days. So with the help of that rotatable knob, you can move from one channel to another channel, whereas nowadays we use remote controls in place of those knobs. So in remote controls, there is a software that is embedded inside that, and which acts upon the user's instructions. So with the help of a remote, you can move from one channel to another channel, and you can browse around hundreds of channels that are available today. So a software that is present in the remote control is acting upon your instructions. So that software was made by a programming language. So James Gosling team intention was to develop such a programming language with which they can make software and add intelligence to electronic devices like the remote control. So they came out with a programming language. So after research and development 1991 and 1992, so research and development went, then they came out with a programming language called OAK. So OAK was the programming language. So with the help of OAK, they started writing some softwares. And this was the timeline with the Sun Microsystems. So here, let me take you to the other timeline in the rest of the world, what was happening during that time. So in 1993, so let me take you 1993. So I'm just mentioning here 1993. So 1993, what happened was internet came into picture. So till 1993 there was no internet. So internet just launched. Then here in the Sun Microsystem timeline in 1993, I told you that they have created a programming language OAK. So the James Gosling team started to give a new name for the same programming language OAK, because there was already such a programming language with the name OAK in the market. So they renamed the programming language OAK to Java. Then they started working on that. But research and development again went. So 1995, so research and development went. So here, research and development. So in that research and development, they found that with the help of this Java programming language, they were able to write some programs. So programs that would run on browser. So they found that the programs that were written using the Java programming language were best fit on browser. That is, so prior to this Java, on the browser they could display only static images. Only static content was executed on the browser. Once this Java came into the picture, and the James Gosling team wrote some programs using the Java, and they found that animations can run on the browser. That is, you can see some motion in the browser. So you can run a video on a browser, and they found that this Java programming language was best suited, and this Java programming language gave dynamism to the browser. So here, when you come to the timeline of that internet, so 1993, I told you that research and development went again here. So 1994, so research and development, then research and development. Then 1995, so 1995, in that research and development, they used Java. So this internet, you know that internet can be surfed using a browser. So a browser is a must to surf the internet. Here, the Java programming language gave dynamism to the internet from 1995. So here, dynamism. So let me write that dynamism. Dynamism. So prior to 1995, the internet was there, that is in 1993, 94, but it was static in nature. Static in nature. So let me explain to you the difference between the static and dynamism. For example, if the academic results are announced, immediately those results are posted on internet. We will browse through a link, provide our registered number, and immediately the application will display our corresponding result. So here, immediately, that is instant response is seen on the browser. That is what a dynamism is. Whereas static means the same results are announced and you provide your register number and the application will not give the immediate response. It just displays a message. Your results will be processed after 48 hours and you can check your results after 48 hours. That is static in nature. There was no dynamic processing. So Java gave the dynamic processing for the internet, that is for the browser. So the internet got its significance day to day, and its improvement was also constantly increased. So when you get back to this timeline with Sun Microsystems, so in Sun, that is 1995, they released the version Java 1.0 version. So this 1.0 version had some components in it. Those components are known as classes and interfaces. For now, I am not going to explore these classes and interfaces. You just know that there are two components which are very essential in Java. Those are classes and interfaces. And there were around
just one thing. Just a question. This dynamism is something we can also assume as real time, right?
Sorry, come again.
Dynamism is something like that real time. You're saying, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
All right. So in Java, welcome. So Java 1.0 had components like classes and interfaces. There were around 200 such things. Then again and again, with Sun Microsystems timeline in 1996. So 1996, and it continued, of course, 1997, 1998. So they came out with the Java enhancements and they released the Java 1.1 version. So 1.1 version, around 500 components were there, such classes and interfaces. Even today, new components have been evolved and they were added to Java versions. So again, the research and development went, so around in 2000, the research and development. So more number of classes were added, classes and interfaces were added, around 1000 classes and interfaces, that is components were added to the versions. Then in 2002, Java 1.2 version came into existence. So this Java 1.2 version, so when Java 1.2 was released, the market demanded a name for the Java. James Gosling team considered the decimal, that is .2, into account and named it as Java 2. Then the research and development went again. Then slowly they released Java 1.3 version. Again research and development went. Then they released Java 1.4 version with more and more classes and interfaces. Then research and development went. So Java 1.5 version around 2005, we got the Java 1.5 version, and again the market demanded a name for this. So already there was a name Java 2. So the next number after 2 is Java 3 for this Java 1.5. Java 3. You can observe that the actual version is Java 1.5 and giving a name Java 3 may not be relevant. So they tried with the next number, that is 4. Still, it is Java 4 and the actual version is Java 1.5. So this also may not be relevant. So they considered the .5 into account and named it as Java 5. So Java 5 and again the research and development went. So around 2007, the research and development went and Java 1.6 version launched. The same 1.6 version is known as Java 6. And 2009, so research and development went Java 1.7. So Java 1.7. This is around 2011. So this 2011. So Java 1.7 came into picture. The same Java 1.7 is known as Java 7. And 2014, that is this year, current year, Java 1.8 is also released. That is nothing but Java 8. Java 8. And in 2016, they are planning to release Java 9. Java 9. So this is how Java evolved, and the person who handled the green project team, that is James Gosling, is known as father of Java programming language. So here I have somewhere here. So James Gosling is known as father of Java programming. Right. So this is the answer for how Java evolved.